What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys today? Guys, I'm going to talk to you about something that you guys have been commenting to me and all these subscribers, which has been unbelievably great. Thank you so much. Everybody's talking about DeAndre Hopkins to me. Cardinal fans, non-Cardinal fans. Everyone's talking about what a steal, all these things. I want to talk about something that set this up and set the possibility up and everything, and that is Kenyan Drake. Kenyan Drake's trade last year changed the whole landscape of the Arizona Cardinals. This man got traded for a sixth-round unconditional pick to from the Miami Dolphins. Miami pretty much just got rid of this guy. This was the biggest steal for Arizona, okay? This was able for us to kind of set this trade up. Now, granted, we didn't sign him again this year. We weren't sure. But don't think they weren't in talks. Don't think this wasn't happening the whole time. Don't think they weren't constantly talking to this guy. Kenyan Drake is such an unbelievable player for Arizona. He scored 8 touchdowns in 8 games, right? What's more impressive for me was his last 3 games. It was 4, 2, and 1. 4 touchdowns against Cleveland, which was incredible. He played so good against the 49ers. He played amazing against Seattle. And this is Seattle who needed to win games, right? This guy came in with no idea of the Arizona offense, and he did incredible. The reason why this changed everything, let me kind of fast forward to the DeAndre Hopkins trade. We didn't sign him yet, but he sat there and he was in constant talks with Arizona. He knew if he stays with Arizona, he's going to get a good chance. The DeAndre Hopkins trade pretty much changed everything, right? Because I know Steve was probably talking to him constantly, giving him, hey, listen, if you stay here, you're going to do well. Running backs are not getting paid a crap load of money right now. Look at Melvin Gordon. Look at Todd Gurley. They weren't getting paid a lot of money. So he was listening. He was able to do so well in the Arizona offense that if he played another year with us and he gets a good team and he kind of plays a full year, he's going to get paid. So here's what happens. We get DeAndre Hopkins. That pretty much, if you kind of Kenyan Drake, you're like, holy shit, I'm signing with you right away, right? We have to sign because now the offense is going to be spread out. I'm going to get mine easily. There's not going to be as much pressure on me. This is what happens. This trade, this 6th-round pick, gave us this opportunity for all this to happen. Kenyan Drake is a beast. He can do both parts in the game, run and catch, and a full year of Kenyan Drake is going to mean success for the Arizona Cardinals. Everyone keeps talking about Hopkins. Listen, guys, it wasn't too long right after the Hopkins trade that Kenyan Drake was like, let's go. I'm signing. I'll take the money. It's still good money. I'm going to show you what I can do. Then you can give me a 3-year extension, a 4-year extension, so we can stay together and have a great team. All this because Arizona was looking for something, and Miami just was like, all right, you know what? Take this guy. We don't need him. Take a guy who can do both. It's not valuable in this game. And they needed a running back last year, Miami. So I'm not sure what happened there, if they just kind of drifted apart or he didn't want to play for them or whatever was happening. But Arizona scraped the guy up, got a trade for pretty much like a bag of peanuts, and just was like, we're going to kind of hit a home run with this guy. This is what sets up this whole thing, okay? Now, I understand that he didn't sign before DeAndre Hopkins. But again, I'm telling you guys, they were talking. They were speaking before. I'm not saying that he wasn't going to sign if it wasn't for Hopkins. I think he still was going to stay with Arizona. But the DeAndre Hopkins thing just made it, locked it in, right? Think if you're a Kenyan Drake. You sit there, you gamble on yourself. 1 year, you gamble on yourself. You say, you know what? Now we got DeAndre Hopkins. Now we still have Larry. We have Kyler in his 2nd year. Kirk's going to do better. I'm the main running back here, okay? I'm the main guy. I'm going to get a lot of the downs. I may get 3 downs. There is really nobody else. I am going to put up crazy numbers in this team, and they are going to pay me like a freaking franchise running back. They will pay him. You know, it just fits. Drake fits with this team. It just, I don't know what it is, but there's some players that can go to a team and it just fits right away. Drake just seemed like it was. And I know you Cardinal fans out there who heard about the trade was excited because it was like, oh my God, we got a guy who can do both. And for what? For a 6th-round pick? Then think about what happens. Like, that sets up this DeAndre Hopkins thing. It kind of goes hand in hand. It may not have been on the exact date, but we only see when they signed and when they agreed. We don't hear the phone calls and what's happening prior, right? What DeAndre Hopkins does is he sits there and he kind of just changes everybody. He makes everybody get paid, and he makes everybody better. He even makes Larry better, right? Larry don't have to worry about all this stuff. Drake now don't have to worry about if he's the only running back, because now everybody has to pay attention to the play action. Everybody has to pay attention to Kyler running. Now you got Larry up the middle. Now you got Hopkins. Now you got Kirk. Now maybe you have Isabella taking Bird's place. So Drake is just going to run free, right? You got an offensive lineman in Jones who's going to clear out this left side whenever he starts. And believe me, he will earn that job very quickly. He's going to show that everybody made a mistake to let him drop to the third round. So when that left side gets open, Kenyan Drake is going to fly. So you guys, DraftKings or statistics or fantasy, whatever you want to say, Kenyan Drake is a steal. And if you don't want to talk a fantasy, Kenyan Drake was such a steal that I'm not sure if that trade was just as important as the DeAndre Hopkins trade. Maybe not to the thing, because Hopkins is probably the best receiver in football, but that sets up, and it's very close to the Hopkins trade. I'm telling you, man, what he did in a short amount of time was incredible. All these things go hand in hand. None of that happens. Maybe David Johnson doesn't go if Drake doesn't perform, or if we don't get him. Maybe we give David Johnson more of a shot and that doesn't happen. Johnson does okay. We say, you know what, let's give him one more year. Drake changed this. They made it able to kind of get rid of David Johnson. I'm telling you guys, that was the big trade that changed everything. And for a 6th round pick. You see, Miami's going to be eating themselves for a long time. And thank you for Josh Rosen also. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.